pedal enthusiasts. Henning here. Today we're looking at something very special, which I very much wanted to make a video about anyway, about the whole concept of multi-pedals. Lilo Dallas multi-pedal. It's also orange, kind of like Lilo Dallas. Then you know the stripe that you don't know. You're too young. So, before I get into it, let's take it out of the box.
Dream. Koch Ness monster growls so mean. Beautiful fuzz like you never seen. Delay llama echoes through the fight. Tones that rumble deep ignite the night. Hands like hammers, but gentle they stray. Words wrapped in a sonic display. Strings they wail and the people they bow. Caught in the spell of the monster now. Koch Ness monster growls so mean. Beautiful fuzz like you've never seen. Delay llama echoes through the fight. Tones that rumble deep ignite the night.
Okay, so painting with all the colors of the rainbow is okay, but doesn't necessarily get your picture a unified look. It doesn't necessarily, if you can use everything, then you might have option paralysis. You might not get anything done, but if you're looking at a reduced palette, you automatically have a certain look. And the same applies to pedals. When you're working with a more reduced set of pedals, that's my overdrive for this album, that's my delay, that's my compressor, and so on and so on. Your whole music within a certain movement, within a certain album, will actually have more of a unified feel and sound, right? Which is why for the Campaign Like Clockwork album that we've been working on for many, many years, I've used this in a beautiful case. This is the, it's stuck. Here we go. It's the Pink Flow. It's a whole bunch of pedals from Jam Pedals. It's kind of like an overdrivey tube screamer, and then there's a fuzz, and then there's a, what else do we have? Oh no, it's a compressor. It's a drive, a fuzz, a phaser, a chorus, and a delay. And we said, other than very special pedals that we might bring in here or there, that this is our palette for the whole album. And it worked so well because we didn't go and try all these different drives and all these different sounds. We stuck with this and we got work done and it sounded phenomenal. And it kind of guided us through the guitar production of that album. And many people have realized that's a good idea, which is why Jam Pedals is doing these mega pedals, all their pedals or several of their pedals in one combination to paint with a certain palette. So let's hear some sounds of that monster. I've already told you it's a monster. It is the Koch Ness monster. Let's dial in some elevated jam tracks from our good friend Tom James and just noodle a bit with it. Let's see what happens. Comes with a very nice manual, which has some extra labeling on it, which I need, because let's look at the pedal. They are just letters, which is enough when you know it, but I read this weeks ago, so I'll need some help. By itself, it's a bit cryptic. It would help if they wrote more on it, but on the other hand, it's so pretty. With the lighting from the top, I'm so sorry it's a little bit brighter here, but that's all we can do. It's a huge pedal. I mean, look at it. That's my hand. And I mean, Koch Ness monster, or he says Koch. In Germany, the CH is a... So we say Koch Ness monster and Loch Ness monster. But you could say Loch Ness monster, Koch Ness monster. Same thing. Works in both languages. Sounds different. So here we have the Lucid Dreamer, which is a version of a tube screamer with added gain and a mix knob to have parallel clean and drive. So that's your mix, right? Mix it all the way in and you've got all the drive. Level, gain, tone, on and off, high gain. Again, this doesn't tell you anything. You have to remember. Tube screamer in a variation with a mix. This is the Eureka Fuzz. Level, gain, tone, and a 3-position switch, which does a thing that I can't remember. Bass response. More or less bass response. So we're going to go with, I don't know, start somewhere. Here we've got the Harmonious Monk. Now that is a phenomenal tremolo. Harmonic tremolo or amplitude tremolo, different waveforms, different speeds, ramping. It's got all the functions of the Harmonious Monk. I cannot go into all the details. I have a separate video for the Harmonious Monk and the Harmonious Monk 2, and I think this is the 2, I would assume. Yes, probably. So please check out that video to really see all the things, how you switch between different ramping and speed options. There's a speed 1, speed 2, and so on. I think. Is that true? I don't want to tell you wrong things. It's been a while. Tap and ramp modes, legacy modes, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a phenomenally good harmonic tremolo. And then we got, I think, one of the best analog delays on the market, which is the Delay Llama. I'm making it dirty. repeats, which is feedback, level, and time. You can tap it. You can also tap this one. But since I tap this, and this is currently in sync, you can sync the two, so that this will be subdivisions. So right now it'll be whatever I do here. I mean, obviously these are subdivisions of the tap, right? So you can do eighth notes, but you could do quarter notes for this. So one tap is enough to tap both of them if you put it up. If I put it up. Yes. If you put it up, it's on. That's how that works. And now, this is a subdivision of this tap in whatever you defined here. Or you don't do that. You tap it here, or you set up the speed right there, or right there if you don't want to do it. Let's get some sounds. I would say into a bunch of amps. With all the possibilities, this could be a 7-hour video. We're not going to do that. Since I reviewed Delay Llama and Harmonious Monk and other things from them, watch the individual videos. I'm just showing you some options. And obviously, these options are something that Greg himself, the tall man, wants. There's also a huge version of this. I think this is 790 or something, which, given the fact that if you bought them all individually, it's pretty fair. And there's a huge version for over 2,000, which has the wah and 2 levels. It's a huge board, but I love the fact that you just have a preset board right there, and you plug in, look in the back, one 9-volt, and that's it, in and out, and that is it. I don't know why the in and out isn't in the back. It's on the left and right. That doesn't make loads of sense to me. And there's actually a send and return, which will put any effects you want between the drive and the modulation/delay section. So you can still put pedals right here. Nothing digital, no apps. It's just a bunch of pedals in a convenient enclosure, but I love it. I love the concept because I've worked with the concept and it's really helped me get the job done. So, well, that's better. Thank you, Leslie. This is a Shabbat Lynx. Neat guitar. Does the job. We're going into the Tone King Imperial, which for me is the best pedal platform there is. And everything is off at the moment. That's what it sounds like through the aux in a 412 Greenback loaded cab. I absolutely adore that delay. Just a beautiful delay. As we are still clean, let's kick in the Harmonious Monk. So we got a level and a mix, which can be a bit confusing. We got different waveforms, depth and speed. Let's play with depth. amplitude tremolo, then you don't have the swooshiness. We want the swooshiness. I think the whole idea with level is, since the tremolo does volume, your volume might appear to be lower and you can capture or catch some of that back up. Gain some of that back up with the level. So we got square. Sine. And triangle. One cool function is the ramping function, so there's actually two different speeds. You can, of course, that was way too fast, set up the speed for the second one. Don't ask me how to do it. I don't remember. I'd have to do it and read the manual, but that's what my Harmonious Monk video is for. I could play this all freaking day. So let's go into sync. We're gonna say dotted eighth here, but quarter here. So as you can see, syncing them, good idea. Let's turn these puppies off. Let's keep this on just the tiniest bit. It really is a very satisfying analog delay. I really think one of the best. I mean, mix here. Nothing. Especially if your amp is driving, this is a good idea. Level and tone, it's an overdrive, come on. So now we should have more of the clean in it. Typical tube screamery, low end, starving, mid hump. There's more gain. And of course, when stacked with the fuzz, there's a lot more that you can do. Is a lot more low end. Maybe for leads. Push it with a lucid dream, maybe we're killing some of that low end. Consider that fun. Very usable variations. Let's blow it up all the way. Okay, well, that happens there. It's so much fun. And, I mean, I can't even... Ambient? I mean, I don't even know where to go now. I could honestly find creative uses for all of this stuff. But quickly, we'll go into a bunch of amps because that's what we do here. We were in the Imperial. Let's go into the 1959 by Marshall. There's a bit of noise here. I'm sorry, that's not the pedal. That's a modified 59 Plexi. Thank you, Marshall. JCM 800, there's already gain happening. Here's a Bombshell Overdrive by Amplified Nation, which is a Dumble-style overdrive special. It's the blue thing over there on the second rack on the top left. This is the Black Hat by Bad Cat. It's Voxish. So here's the point. Make it really big again, Leslie. That's the fly rig. You need a 9-volt adapter, you're done. You can put in another pedal if you so choose. But, right here. But it is your fly rig. So you can take this and wherever you go, find an amp, plug in and have your sounds. For someone touring around, doing Europe tours, doing America tours, all over the place as Greg does, this is killer. Find a decent, clean amp. You'll probably find something like a Tone King or Fender Deluxe Reverb or whatever, or a Marshall everywhere. Plug in and there's your sounds. You don't have presets, none of that stuff. You don't have to, memorize menus. There's no software updates. It's just a good old pedal board, but one that's already built for you. Now, if this is a combination of effects that you would like, there you go, already done. You can also get these custom made, completely the way you want and custom painted. It's going to be a bit more, but I love the concept of these. Absolutely. I love the pink flow. I love this. I think Jam Pedals is onto something here. I think more companies should do this, and they do it in the highest quality because all their stuff is as good as it gets. Why do you need another pedal on there? And even if you want to, put a drive in front of it, put a boost in front of it, put something after it, or put it right there in the middle. Thanks, Jam Pedals, for commissioning this video. I did give them a break and made it rather affordable because I really wanted to make a video about this because the message of what they're doing, I think, should be out there. And yeah, you're going to see one pedal for like $800. Yeah, but, or $690, I don't know, $700 or $800. If you buy these individually, it'll be more. You're saving cables, you're saving power supplies, you're saving all that stuff. You need a 9-volt power supply for this. Doesn't come with one. But hey, those are $20. Amazing work, Jam Pedals, as always. I put links below and animals at the end, as always.
Imagine a place without time, mistakes that